The following podcast contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion advised.
And although we joke, if you or someone you know is affected by or a victim of domestic violence, dial 1-800-799-7233 or visit the National Domestic Violence Hotline's website, thehotline.org.
But it's always the husband, it's always the husband, it's always the husband. I'm gonna keep it.
Hey, this is Sarah.
And this is Megan.
You're listening to It's Always the Husband podcast.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining.
Yes, this is a true crime podcast where we barely talk about the murder and we mostly talk about our shitty lives.
Yeah,
so
well,
welcome.
Yes, welcome.
You did not have a shitty week though, Sarah. What did
I didn't.
you
It was busy.
do?
Well, it was 4th of July. I did
Yep.
nothing on the 4th of July.
Did you watch
busy.
fireworks?
No. Well, I mean, our neighborhood is the type of neighborhood that shoots off like professional fireworks in the middle of the street. So
Okay.
everybody gets to see them if you want to or not, because they're going off in your
Right.
garage and
In your
garbage can and
face.
face and window at night.
You
and-
should take cover.
yeah.
Okay.
So you see them whether you want to or not.
Okay.
Constantly on my street. Celebrating the 4th.
Yeah. I was in Wisconsin.
You were.
And in Wisconsin on the 4th, there's a lot of fuckery.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So it's a lot of drinking, a lot of fireworks. It's just a free-for-all. And
Yeah.
I imbibed.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that, and that's how they lose all the fingers.
I came back with 10.
Good.
All my children still have 10, and my husband still has 10.
Good.
My husband, of course, I mostly love him.
Yeah. Today I told mine, I said, do you know how to kick yourself in the balls? Because I want you to do it. And he said, I don't know how.
My husband was looking fine on the lake,
gross.
shirtless. I'm telling you, you guys, it's just my thing. I can't
don't
help
know.
it. I'm a complete Dorito eating drunk slob, and my husband has the most pristine body I've ever
God.
seen. I'm sorry.
You know, Nutbar right now is going,
She's gagging. Yeah. She's like, I fucking hated everything about it. Shut up, Megan. I don't care.
but Nutbar and I did go to the Armory, which I've never been there.
Because I was in Wisconsin.
You were in Wisconsin. You were to go,
Yes.
but you were in Wisconsin.
And so you guys went.
We went, and the last minute got an upgrade on our tickets. So we were in the General's Hall, where Nutbar said, so this is like just a general area? And I said, no, it's the Armory. It's like a general of the Army. So like a general of the Army. So the General's Hall is a nicer area. We have VIP passes. So we were, VIP.
And you were at Teddy Swims.
We saw Teddy Swims concert with Sienna Spiro.
What does she sing?
She is a 19-year-old British singer who has a beautiful voice. It's just her and a piano.
Does she have a song?
She's on TikTok with her songs a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
But they're very lovely. Her voice will blow you away. In fact, after her first song, she said, "Hi, I'm me," or whatever, and I'm 19 from London, and the audience went silent because I think everyone was shocked how young she was and how talented she was. And then some dipshit goes, "Hello." And it kind of echoed
Like,
throughout.
"Hello, governor."
And then Cassie, or Nutbar and I got
The giggles?
the giggles.
Of course
And,
you did.
But yeah, the Army is a great, her voice is beautiful.
Wow. I think this is illegal to do right now.
Probably. But if you are, she's very sultry.
Yeah.
Sexy voice. And then
All
she came out
right.
again and sang with Teddy Swims.
Okay.
It was her first concert. I think it was her first performance. Like,
So
ever.
you shocked me with your love of Teddy Swims.
Yeah.
How was it?
His voice is so great. Like his singing was perfection. We had issues with like the production. First of all, it was so dark that we couldn't see anyone on stage.
Okay.
His costuming choices were interesting.
Questionable. Okay.
Because we weren't sure at what point if he was wearing. I mean, they were questionable. At one point, he sat on a real toilet.
I know. I saw that toilet.
I didn't understand that at all. The stage design needed work. In fact, Nutbar kept going insane, saying, "Who is the art production manager?" And
Of
couldn't
course
get past
she did.
it.
Yeah.
And I said, it needs work. But I
Okay.
think this was like, again, either it was the first time they were back on tour after a long break. So I don't know if it was the first show of this
Would that
one.
make them put a toilet on the stage?
I don't know the toilet situation, and it confused me.
Okay.
But his not one sour note, not one mishap.
Right.
It, there was a lot of '90s R&B moments. You would have lost it. Lots of them. Each song had very much an element of that. Very much so. Where I thought this is all up Megan's alley.
Right.
He had other people come in. That's another guy came and sing. I had no idea who
I
it was.
saw you were
but
taking videos and
that was the
sending them
video,
to
and I
me.
thought she would
Yeah.
love this because
Yeah.
again, it was like
'Cause I
it could have been like
I'm
a Boys
what
to
is
Men.
this?
Yeah,
Joe?
yeah.
Because I thought it was I won't
Yeah.
know what turns you on.
Cassie or Nutbar at one point he sang like a ballad. It was just him and a piano, and she was like, "This, and she just couldn't take it. So it was
Right.
just lovely.
But you guys were
beautiful.
also
we were ham-boned.
as
We got free
F.
drinks the whole night in the general population area hall.
How did
we
you
went
get
to.
home?
The daughter of Nutbar.
Okay, because this is what you sent to me from the concert. You sent me a bunch of videos and then you said, "Are you home? Come get us." And then let a hook.
Yep, that's Nutbar said, "Tell Megan to get us."
And
But
what
she
does
was
it say?
texting
Then
Finley.
let a hook.
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I don't
And then I
recall
wrote,
doing that.
"Excuse me?" Ha ha ha. And you wrote, "Never mind. Super
Super ham.
Hanamid.
Super ham.
You were super hanamid.
But we had fun because we actually
you let loose.
we walked up to the super VIP tickets and just waltzed in like we belonged there and sat in someone's seats.
Ain't no thing.
Stayed there most of the night too.
You were a super VIP.
Yeah. And so we could
proud of you.
walk way up front and see the stage. We could walk back and sit in seats. It was great.
Proud of
So
you.
yeah, but the Army is it was fun.
Right.
But it is true. Jamie says if you go there, you can either have in your general tickets, just general population, not general's hall.
right, not general. The general of the Army.
You either can go to the bathroom and drink, or you can have a good
time
front
and pay
seat.
more money.
Yeah, I mean, in general admission, you either can drink and go to the bathroom, or you can have a good front spot. You can't have both.
Yeah,
and that's very true because it's like 3,000 person mosh pit.
It's just an open area.
Yeah, it's like an open area with standing people. And there's once you go back to the bathrooms, you'll never get to the front again. You'll never get to the middle. There's no way. It's just crammed.
Right.
And then I thought, he had pyrotechnics going off the whole time. And I thought, this place will burn. And then Nutbar said, "It's an armory. It can't burn down." I said, "Oh, well, that's good." Because as I'm thinking of us all burning in a fiery death. What an idiot. But that was fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Your nails look lovely.
Oh, they're the Lee press-ons from last time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gorge. All right. So we both had pretty decent weeks, so they weren't too shitty. But what was your glitter in
I would
your
say
shit of this
seeing the armory.
week? The armory. Okay. So I was up north at my sister's farm called Medicine Creek Farm. Shout out if you want to look it up on Instagram. It's a beautiful account to follow. But my son went to a nature camp Finding Your Inner Fish.
Nerd
At
alert.
Osprey Wilds, and he learned how to fly fish, and he caught a bunch of fish.
How
and
cute.
they go up to the aquarium in Duluth.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes. So it's Osprey. If you are in Minnesota, I swear to God, give your money to Osprey Wilds and send your children there to any camp you can. They have a farm to fork camp where they like literally you learn how to like pull things from the garden and then cook them.
Oh.
They have a wildlife camp. They have this fishing camp. It's unreal. They have overnight camps. It's the best. Osprey Wilds. So anyway, my son was there, so I would take him there in the morning and then I would just hang out. And there's not a ton of cellular service.
No.
Where my sister lives. It's
There isn't.
sketch. But once in a while, I could catch a bar, and I was entertained because she doesn't have TVs in the place
Psycho.
yeah, I know. It's very unhinged and also unplugged. But I would watch the Dallas Fanzine account. And I think I sent you a couple of like the
Yes.
reels or the
It's
videos.
absolute joy.
And
It's a joy.
Yes.
It takes me back in time to better days when men beat their wives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the one I found was Sue Ellen was pregnant.
Yeah, and you forget that Sue Ellen was shitty too.
Yeah, she
you know,
was so
she
drunk.
sometimes, but she
Always
was shitty.
drunk. So she was pregnant
Yep.
and drinking.
Of course.
She's holding a drink and
Yeah.
telling JR that she's pregnant. And then he slaps her across the face.
Because it may not be his child.
It might not be. And she's
Of
telling
course it's
him,
not his child.
Yeah, she's like, it might be yours, it might not.
I'm as JR, I'm as loyal to this marriage as you are.
Yeah.
And then his
right?
eyes get all big.
Yes. And he's like, fuck, I
Yeah.
screw everyone.
Yeah.
And she's like, I do too, but I'm pregnant. I'm
And yeah, and
pregnant.
he slaps the
And
shit
he
out of her.
slaps her,
Oh,
and she does not spill her drink.
nope. She takes it like a
And-
champ.
Yeah.
Those are the days where you just watch pregnant women drinking, men slapping
Right.
their wives,
Right.
sleeping around. And that was just on TV to watch with your whole family.
Because I watched it, Sarah.
Everyone did.
Friday nights were the best nights
Everybody
of my
did.
life.
You watched it with your grandma if
And-
you did, or it was on in your house, whatever.
I've
Everyone
never
did.
loved anything more. And then when I was in college, I went through it. Dallas was on TNT, the like cable
Yes.
station TNT. So I watched the whole fucking thing one summer. And I was just obsessed. Like I watched it when I was little,
Yeah.
but I don't remember like all the
No.
storylines, you know.
There's so many
whatever.
things.
Yeah. So then I rewatched it in my
Because Christopher
20s.
Atkins was actually on Dallas
It
at the
is
end.
insane. And
What's her name?
And all I can,
Elvis.
yeah, Priscilla Presley
Yep.
was Jenna. And all I could think of as I was watching this fan account, because they give you like full scenes of the things and they're so hysterical and funny. But all I could think of was like, this was a time before orthodontia
Oh,
was
I'm
prevalent
sure.
in
Yeah.
actors. Because Sue Ellen's teeth
They didn't have veneers.
were fucked.
They had their real teeth.
Ray Krebs,
Yeah.
the handyman on the farm, fucked.
But you look
teeth.
like a real person.
Yes, everyone.
Like Tom Hardy doesn't have veneers. He has fucked
He doesn't.
teeth.
Oh, I don't know.
And so I couldn't picture him with big white ass veneers.
But I just laughed a little bit because everyone had really fucked up teeth.
Oh, yeah.
But yet they were glamorous, and they didn't do much on South Fork. They drank.
What was
Drinks.
there to do if you weren't
They had
working?
scotch, and they
Yeah.
were at the pool
Yeah.
making sure Miss Ellie was okay.
Yeah, and she always had to be taken care of, but she seemed like a tough
Well,
old
she
broad.
loved the ranch. It's
Yeah.
her ranch. Jock was just the oil man.
Yeah.
Like she wanted the land to take care of the land. That's the whole thing. Right?
Did she cheat on her husband? I can't remember.
No.
But I'm sure.
Then he died. Remember? Jock died in a
Yeah.
helicopter
Yeah,
crash. or
that's
something.
right.
Oh my God. Anyway, Dallas Fanzine
Yep.
is my glitter in the shitter. How about Facebook? What's your Facebook?
Okay,
Funny? We have a Facebook group.
We do.
You should join it.
Social media. It's Always the Husband podcast
Group.
and Always the Hubs on Instagram.
Yes.
Well, Rachel Raymond sent another Barbie. That's just cute. I saw today. It says the Beats Type 1 Barbie. And there hasn't been one ever. And I thought Rachel would have liked that when she was little.
Rachel would love the Beats.
Yeah, a Beats Barbie. So if you got a kid with the Beats, it's kind of nice to see. A Barbie that has the Beats.
Implants.
Yeah,
too,
see?
for my roar. Yeah.
That's nice. Because the
got
kids that have the
implants
machines that keep them alive.
That's right. And the Beats.
Yep. Our kids got the machines on them. Did you see that on Twitter, or it's X, they have the AI called like Grok, and they did some tweaks to it because I guess they were thinking it had too much empathy, and it immediately within like 3 hours started calling itself Mecha Hitler and talking like Hitler when they removed the empathy. No. The AI turned to Hitler within hours. That's what happens to AI when you tweak and remove that.
What? I try to ignore X.
That happened today. So I just thought, insane. I don't know how I got on that, but I thought, machines, AI and machines. Yeah. Let's not tamper with taking over.
No.
They turned to Hitler.
Let's let machines have a little bit of
The AI
empathy.
machine was calling itself Mecha Hitler.
No.
Machine Hitler. After 3 hours after they tweaked it to remove its empathy.
Sarah.
I true.
Can't even talk
it's
about
true.
It. I can't even talk about it.
So I just hope our children's machines don't ever get hacked by Mecha Hitler.
Again, screen-free childhoods is the way to go.
What the hell is going on? Anyway, there was another one that was so good because I buy from Shein all the time. And seriously, the shirts I get complimented on are my Shein shirts for $4.
What?
At work.
Do they disintegrate as you're
no, they
wearing
actually
them?
They look like, they feel like they will, but they are like the ones I've gotten the most compliments. The clothes at work are, I always say, oh my God, this is Shein and this whole outfit is $6. I swear to God. And some of my dresses I wear to work. Because I'm
very cheap.
Yes. And I have a job that is messy on certain days.
Yeah.
So the compliments I get are those. That's when I'm like, anyway, I always, before I buy, look at the real people reviews.
Yeah.
When they have they're themselves in the clothes. And Shein review pictures are notoriously fucked because everybody is fucked that's putting on Shein clothes and putting the reviews. And so Eliza Denza McClear, she did show this reel or TikTok of, it just said, Shein reviews in pictures, just making fun of it.
Yeah.
And it's just so spot on. It has someone trying on clothes with their boyfriend taking a picture with a huge boner in the background of the mirror. It's a girl making fun of it, but it's like, that's so typical. Someone taking a picture of their clothes with like their roommate on the toilet in the back.
Right. Yes. Okay.
They're taking their shoe pictures with them on the toilet. That's what it is. It's so true. I laugh so hard because I'm like, oh my God, I see this every time. It's so spot on. God, people are so weird.
Yeah. Well, AI is so weird.
AI is fucked, especially today.
This is my favorite thing that happened this week was when you posted pictures with Nutbar of Teddy Swims and the AI things down below your picture were like, what are these two wearing?
What are they wearing and what are they doing? Yeah. Why are they prioritize
their fashion
comfort
choices
over all else?
And
look,
I died and I loved it. And
oh my God, that is so funny.
It was great. So I'm glad you guys had fun without me. And
no, it would have been fun with you there. Next time we'll have to all go.
Yeah.
Especially when we're treated like queens.
Yes.
And there's a fucking deck at the top. We all went up to the deck and you can look out amongst the city.
amazing.
And we could look down at everyone else still in line. And we were like
Fuck you.
idiots aren't VIP.
Yeah.
Shitbags
You
in
get
line.
VIP at the Armory.
Idiots.
Are you pissed the whole time?
My God.
I love it. Well, we have a doozy of a show for you.
I can't even understand it still. I don't really understand what happened.
What is our time marker right now?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay, so I have to give a shout out to two little boys that I met tonight that, I guess I kind of knew them before. I know their mom, and their mom listens, and their mom and their dad listen to the podcast, but I met them tonight. Their names are Jonah and Ellis. And when their mom said, hey, you know that Sassy podcast I listened to? Because they call our podcast the Sassy podcast. She's like, this lady right here is the one who does the podcast. And then I was talking to him, like, does my voice sound familiar?
Oh.
And they loved it. So I just wanted to give them a shout out. So I'll tell their mom, because they can't listen to the whole thing.
No, yeah.
Because we swear and we're terribly inappropriate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And gross.
Sorry, you guys, but I'm just giving you a shout out. You're
cute.
both the cutest things ever, and I can't wait to go to your house and see the snails and your hot tub. So I'm coming for you.
How cute.
All right. Let's talk about the dumbest thing you've ever
This was so dumb that I seriously I was confused because it's too dumb.
The whole thing, we don't like to make fun of the victims.
No.
It's inappropriate and it's horrible and it's not their fault.
No.
But
there were choices made that were I'm not
just
sure.
Say that. Yeah. Okay.
So this was a
Let's
Deadly
talk about
Sins
it.
again, because this has a treasure trove of episodes. So we might have to do hunt for a few more of
So our
these.
show was Deadly Sins. It was season
4, episode
7.
And again, it's like 2 per.
Right.
And this was the first one.
Yes.
So we meet the man of the hour. His name is Jeremy Myers. Jeremy Myers. Not Jeremy Irons. He played Scar in The Lion King.
You could know this person. You probably went to high school with Jeremy
Absolutely,
Myers.
you did. And the casting was spot on.
Yes. Perfect.
The casting was spot on.
Perfect.
We're going to Tacoma, Washington. Mm-hmm. And this hit home because I have a son-in-law named Brock who also had a birthday yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
25.
Yay.
Oh, to be 25 again and make different choices.
I know.
Jesus Christ. I would make so many different choices. Mm-hmm. Oh, I would be a huge whore. I wouldn't
You
get married.
would?
Yes. I'd do all the opposite.
And
I would
it's
just
a hard one for me.
Oh, well, because you were a whore. Would you do the opposite and be a nun?
Well, I wouldn't be a nun.
No.
Because I'm not Catholic, but I have my sweet baby Sadie.
I know.
And you have your sweet baby Rachel.
Yes. But if you just, all right.
Yeah.
You can't really.
You can't take it back, Sarah.
You can't, but if there was a different timeline and you could jump back and forth.
Okay.
Anyway, so we're at Fort Lewis, which is by Tacoma, Washington.
Yes.
And Jeremy at this point is 20 years old, and he is a soldier. He is a private.
And he is very dumb.
He's dumber than shit. Mm-hmm. Everybody around him thinks he's a weirdo and that he has a piss brain because he lies about everything, and he's too dumb to keep track of his lies, which, to give him credit, it is hard when you lie all the time to keep track of your lies, I'm assuming.
Right. And the opening scene in the show is a reenactment of Jeremy just smoking heaters with a bunch of a couple other guys from his
of some sort.
Army? What do you even call it?
Army.
Your platoon? Your
battalion, army, this thing.
What the fuck are you? Your group.
His
anyway.
club.
His club. He's smoking cigs with his club thing. And he's telling stories, and they're all like, the two people who are listening to him are shaking their heads like,
and rolling their eyes like,
shit.
This guy sucks ass.
But anyway, that's how you first see it.
Yeah. And he We see Mindy Bart, who was his mother-in-law.
This is the real person.
The real person.
Not a reenactment. Yeah.
And she is also saying this fucker Jeremy would tell stories like, oh, his parents were divorced. Oh, no, his parents are together. Or no, like, I mean, just
oh, my
different
parents
stories.
are rich. My parents are poor.
And you never knew what the truth was
Yeah.
because he said something stupid.
And this was his own mother-in-law
Yeah.
who was like, what the hell is he talking about? Yeah.
Just an absolute dumbass.
Yeah.
And then they show scenes of the army base, like they're doing push-ups and stuff or cleaning, but it's clearly like a shitty loft.
Yeah.
So like they did, like, I don't know, they didn't do much for the background, but they tried. So Jeremy doesn't have a lot of friends in the army.
And they also make note several times of his inability to, for upward mobility in the army.
Right, because he's
Like,
too dumb.
He's so fucking stupid and
Lazy.
inept.
Yeah, that he cannot rise.
He's just a private and he can't get past it.
Nope. And everyone thinks he's just so fucking worthless, except one person. He meets a friend. And his friend's name is Christopher Baber. I think it's Baber. Maybe Christopher Robin Baber. I don't know. Christopher Baber. And they're in the same unit. Unit! And Christopher is described as a follower, which, I mean, is okay if you're in the army, I guess.
Sure.
They're both not leaders. They're
needed,
followers,
yeah.
which is fine. But the fact that they don't have any kind of leading material or brain is another reason why they cannot rise up, because they probably can't make decisions or lead
They
other
just
men
don't
in
make
confidence.
Good choices.
No.
Yeah.
These two are dicks together.
We do have some listeners who are military or have military spouses. They can probably tell us about what a dumbass Jeremy and Christopher were.
So Mindy, again, the mother-in-law, pretty much says Jeremy is such a fucking dumbass. His job was to maintain vehicles, which is very similar to what Brock does. And so it's a very difficult job. But he didn't even know shit about anything about a car from top to bottom. Literally couldn't start a car, Mindy said. Like literally
no knowledge
start her
of
ignition.
Motors or mechanics, and that was his job.
Like would have trouble with a big wheel, maybe.
Set up for
so dumb. No success.
Yeah.
Why is he put with the vehicles?
I don't know. Why didn't they have him peel potatoes?
Like, yes. I mean, why couldn't he mop? He was mopping in the scene and it looked proficient.
My dad was a potato peeler.
Yeah, my grandpa peeled potatoes before he was too young to go to the war.
When you're
so
not
he peeled
a fighter,
and he like sealed
peel potatoes.
Food kits to send to the people in Europe.
Great.
He could seal a food kit.
Right on.
I think. Why put him to maintain the vehicles you're driving in?
It
when
seems
he doesn't
like an important
job. Like Jeremy, you should volunteer and say, I'm not understanding what to do. I need to go. I'll stir a soup.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll stir a soup, add some pepper and salt and maybe a little bit of a spice.
Right.
Oh, so he's a dumbass and not mechanically inclined, and that was what his job was.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, he meets Jessica Bart, who is 19, and as her mother, very young. And when you think of what you were when you were 19, dumbass does come to mind, I think, for everyone.
Yeah.
And you think like a dumbass. Mm-hmm. Oh man. Anyway, according to her mother, she is. You are then, you're fun, vivacious. She wanted to have kids because she did have a very lovely childhood and just wanted to have that for her own family, which says a lot about your own childhood. If you want to repeat it as an adult, that means you probably had a very good childhood. Right. If you want kind of the same thing for yourself. Jeremy and Jessica hit it off hardcore. So I think they went from, hi, how are you? What's your name? To hard porking in 3 hours.
In one day.
Yeah, one day. So they're having a pork fest all the time. And 2 months later, they're engaged. only a dumbass would get engaged after 2 months. I was engaged after 3 months. My first time.
2 months is a real dumbass.
Oh, the dumb things you do when you're young. Yeah. I got engaged after 3 months to a dumbass.
Yeah.
I mean, what an absolute shit show. I mean, I am reliving this. This is my first marriage.
When you were watching
Jamie
this?
took years.
Yeah.
I mean, it was multiple years. It was like
Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah.
So that made up for the 3 years, waiting 7
It
years
did,
for a
yeah.
ring.
Yep.
3 months. When it said 2 months, I was like, bitch, you beat me. At least I had some dumbass.
Me.
You dumber than me, dumbass.
That's right.
Oh. I just thought, God, sometimes I do watch these shows and it is, I'm sure it is for other people. As for you, I had a traumatic first marriage.
There's been a couple
There's very
of them that
many
I'm
triggering moments where sometimes I have to stop and walk away a bit because it hits too close to home and I have to kind of take a break and come back and think, okay, I don't have to live that anymore.
Yeah.
But it still just blows when you've been
But
there.
you're watching things and you're like, God, this girl's so dumb. And then you're like, I'm that girl.
I'm that girl.
And then you're like, but I don't think I'm dumb. I have a fucking master's degree. My IQ is this. Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
And I made all the same mistakes.
I was just as dumb.
I came real close to being on one of these shows too. Very close.
Yes.
I mean, very close.
Yes.
And it's just luck that I'm not.
I get,
Cripes.
Thank God. What would I do without you? This just got sad. All right, let's talk about these dumbasses.
So what Mindy says, which is very telling
Mindy
about Jeremy, Mindy, the mother-in-law, she says when she would interact with this douche, he would say something. Sorry, I had to cut that out.
I'm
Gary
burping
will get that out.
and
Yeah,
you
I'm coughing.
are,
Like Jeremy would say something or something would happen, or maybe they're watching, this was American Idol season 1 or whatever. and Kelly Clarkson does a great song and Mindy is saying, oh my God, that was so great. And Jeremy would stare at Mindy, see how she's reacting to something and then copy it.
Yes.
And Mindy said that's what he would do all the time. Like the situation would happen. He would stare at her face and then copy however she was reacting and have her reaction.
Which, because we do these all the time, we're like, that's a clear sociopath, right? Like you don't know
how to
socially
react.
acceptable responses, so you have to look to other people to see.
And he would just
what
copy
they're doing
her.
and you mimic them. Yeah.
And so the show calls Jeremy maybe my new favorite insult, a passive simpleton. It said, this passive simpleton had more up his sleeve or something like that. I'm like, passive simpleton, that's the best thing ever. But he wasn't passive.
No. He didn't.
He was only passive while they were dating, this passive simpleton. He became an aggressive simpleton once they were married.
Right.
So on their wedding day, Mindy says that Jeremy decided to become a full-fledged psycho and treat his wedding day like he became a literal king. Like he was given Charles his 2 sticks. Remember when Charles had to hold his 2 sticks on his coronation? He sat for a while in robes.
Are you talking about King Charles?
King Charles. He was given a golden stick and another golden stick, and he had to hold these 2 sticks. I feel like Jeremy thought he was given 2 sticks and he became a king for the day because Mindy said he acted the fool.
Bitch. Yeah. Like, yeah, my wife, you do what I say. Somebody give me a drink.
That's exactly what he was doing. Acting like he was ruling over everyone, telling everyone what to do, and acting like Jessica was his now property and being super obnoxious and a fool, fucking fool. And Mindy was just...
And again, they're very young.
Very young.
They're 20 years old.
Yes. And you do idiot things.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
I know. But this is still, you can have some decorum.
You could.
I mean, it's possible. But no, Jeremy gets worse. So they get a small, tiny apartment near the base. And Jeremy then he gets he gets a weird psycho delusional personality disorder
Right.
that kicks in hardcore.
Was it there before? We don't know, but it happened.
But it showed up
Yeah.
right away after they move.
Yeah.
They get married and move into this apartment.
Yep.
He decides now that he's going to be king not only of the wedding day, but king of his own militia, paramilitary
This
group.
is so fucked up,
I mean,
Sarah.
who decides, first of all, out of the blue, to create a paramilitary group?
Because he's in the
their
military.
house? Right. He's already in the military, but he's going to create his own paramilitary militia group. People who do that are very different
Okay.
already. We can picture the kind of people that do this.
But then let's also picture the names that people might give their paramilitary group, because this one
the
was
name
so
he gives
dumb.
it proves to you that he did not attend school. That he needs to find a school bus anywhere and
back.
just jump on one.
Billy Madison the shit out of it.
And attend a school.
Yep. Back to school. Back
He
to school.
Jeremy calls his militia that he's just going to work in his own living room.
Mhm. Yeah.
He calls it the Federal Federation of America. That's the dumbest name I've ever heard. It's the Federal Federation of America. I mean, first of all, Federal Federation, isn't it the same thing?
It's redundant.
It's a United Unification America. What kind of dumbass? So the FFA, isn't that Future Farmers of America?
It is.
Or it can be the Fucked Freaks of America. Fucked fuckers of assholes.
Yeah.
Federal Federation of America. That's the dumbest name I've
It's
ever
very,
heard, and it sounds like a
very
dumb
dumb.
bank.
It does.
Like, this is not a scary militia name.
The dumbest bank
You should
you've
be
ever
named
gone
like the
to.
Rip Your Balls Off militia.
Like,
or
look out,
tearing,
you fuckers.
ripping militia balls.
Yeah.
Eat Your Balls Federation. Something dumb. Not Federal Federation of America. This is the dumbest boy I've ever seen.
It is.
What does he know what federal and federation mean?
No, but then I mean, so in the reenactment, they have this guy like, or whatever, Jeremy.
I mean,
the
and he
actor.
looks exactly like someone who would start a militia in his living room
and
apartment.
3 people. This
Three
is the
other
militia.
dumb men.
This is
the whole
4
militia.
fuckers.
Idiots. 4 fucked fuckers.
And they have a thing on the wall that says the Federal Federation.
I mean, come on.
But their goal was to do away with drugs.
Yeah, drugs in the neighborhood. So they
Right.
had all sorts of enormous
It was a
rifles.
militia against drugs.
So were they just going to go up to people's doors on their street and say, "Give me your thyroid pills," because I'm sure you're doing drugs? I mean, come on. What the hell is going on? They don't have a right to do any of that shit.
No.
Can I get your menopause patches out of your hands, old lady? I see you're taking too much estrogen. What the hell? As if he's going to stop drug use in his idiot neighborhood in
Perimenopausal
Washington.
women beat the fuck out of anyone who tries to take
No
her
kidding.
estrogen
You think you're taking my
patches.
patch, you dick?
Fuck you,
Oh.
Jeremy.
You come from my patch and you come from my fan. I'm going to just rip off your testicles. You idiot.
I don't care if you're the Federal Federation.
Oh, the
of
Federal
shit.
Federation of America's here to come take my patch.
You will not.
What makes someone think that they can just rule their street of their own accord?
I don't know.
And then start their own militia to rule their neighbors?
I mean,
how fucked in the head are you?
So the show did several times try to show like how he was so inept in the military.
Oh, yes.
And couldn't progress to any.
No, because he was too dumb.
Right. Like he couldn't rank up. And so they kept trying to say like this was his way of trying to like be something more.
Right.
In the military was his making up his own military. And they were just going to go fuck shit up.
You're just going to get shot in your neighbor's yard.
Is what's going to happen. Yeah.
So he makes Jessica, his wife, an honorary member. And she's sitting there like,
and then they give her a gun and she's like, oh,
what?
God, I'm so happy.
What the hell is this? I'm just trying to watch American Idol and see who wins. I don't want this gun.
I hope Kelly Clarkson wins over Justin Guarini.
Right. But then Jessica gets pregnant.
God damn it.
There's a scene where Jessica is mopping the kitchen floor. Now, Jeremy knows how to mop. We've seen him mop
because
at the army base.
He mops at the army base.
And Jessica says, can you help? Because she's 1,000 months pregnant. He says, that's a woman's work. Babe, that's woman's work.
Yeah.
As he's playing with his gun at the kitchen table. And she just looks at him like, oh my God, I married an absolute shitbag.
Yeah.
Jeremy also does not want any part of being a dad. And
he's not excited.
Not at all.
She's having a baby.
Or excited to be married anymore.
No.
At all. Probably because he's poor as shit.
Yeah.
And he does have only a private salary. He becomes more and more.
She's not working, right?
I don't think so. I thought maybe she was, but I don't think
his
so.
Army salary. Yeah. She's not working, and they don't even live on base, so their housing isn't paid for.
But Jeremy starts to be super controlling, leaving notes for Jessica at home of what she can do and what she can't do at home when he's.
And the reenactment is like he puts a post-it on the refrigerator that says like, I'm the boss of you, bitch, or whatever. Like,
then you just wipe your ass with the post-it and put it back.
You
on the
will
fridge.
mop the floors.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't even.
Yeah.
Jeremy, to make things even worse, meets Sarah Benton. So Sarah Benton is a young lady that decides it's wise.
And when we say young,
we mean real young.
We mean
so she goes to army bases and flirts with soldiers, and it's her goal to get pregnant by one man and then find another man and have that other man raise said previous man's child.
Now,
I don't get any of it, but Sarah Benton is also 15. So maybe that is why her ideas are horse shit. So none of the soldiers that are hanging out with Sarah Benton as she's hooking on the base seem to notice that she is a small teenager that is recently out of middle school.
Is literally in 9th grade.
Yeah. But no one says anything.
She is drinking at bars on the base and plowing everyone.
She's trying to get pregnant to then frame another random nobody she hasn't met yet with the baby of the other random nobody that she's porked.
Right.
I don't know what that plan
when
would do.
When you're 15, you don't have anything better to do than to be a mom?
I don't know why she would think that was a good idea.
That is nuts.
It's the worst idea ever.
It's horrible.
She wants to get Hemis.
Maybe go to a dance.
Yeah.
Or like go to a water park.
Yes.
Or
go to a party and drink with your friends and then giggle with your friends. A
baby?
No.
Sarah, you're fucked.
Yeah. She was real dumb.
Yeah.
But men don't really take her up on it except Jeremy, who falls for her hardcore, and they pork constantly. In fact, Jeremy falls so hard for her, he writes her a love letter that Jessica finds when she's doing his laundry.
Yeah.
And when she says, "What the hell is this?" Jeremy says, "Don't question me about it or I'll leave you. I swear to God, I'll leave." And Jessica is like, well,
please do.
Okay. Yeah.
But she didn't.
She didn't want him to leave because she's a million months pregnant and has no money. Jeremy, though, is getting more insane. His paramilitary group is really failing. It's not really going well.
You mean the Federal Federation?
The Federal Federation
Okay.
of America.
Yeah.
He's getting hammered every day on his classy drink of choice.
I've never seen anything like it.
I've never heard of this drink. It's so above my grade. It's so
fancy.
VIP
Yeah.
that I've never been exposed to it. He drinks a vodka Mountain Dew.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever in the history of the world had a vodka Mountain Dew? What is that called?
I don't know.
Is that called like a hillbilly martini or something? I don't know.
When they showed it, right, like the reenactment or whatever, and he's just
That's called a
drinking
anus.
Yeah.
That's what that drink is called. I'll
right
take
away,
an anus
I
stirred.
laughed because remember
I laughed so hard.
whatever show we did, I don't know, 100 years ago, when that woman was drinking green shit.
That's right.
And
she was
then the
drinking
house
that,
burned down.
super
or-
green
Yes.
shit.
So they
She
showed
was having
him,
an anus of
Yes.
vodka Mountain Dew.
They were showing the same thing, but
Yeah.
it was like, you know, it looked like he was drinking piss. And I was like,
yeah.
oh my God, why wouldn't they like try to make this more realistic? And then they said he was drinking vodka Mountain Dew. And I was like, oh fuck, it is realistic. He was drinking piss and vodka. Yeah. I mean, I do love a Mountain Dew.
I do too.
Once
I've
in
never
a while.
thought to put a vodka in it.
No, I've never mixed anything in a Mountain Dew.
No. Ever. I don't understand. Because isn't that like a downer with an upper? Doesn't it just make you medium? I don't know. I guess people do
Yeah, I don't know. I've
Coke
never,
and drink. I don't
guess. Yeah, I've thought about.
know. I don't understand the world of these
No.
Mountain Dew vodka drinkers.
No.
But he becomes
But
a
Jeremy
hardcore
did
booze
it.
hound.
And that was his drink,
Yeah.
and he was an alcoholic.
And it's just going bad all around. And so
Yeah.
Jessica goes into labor, and all Jeremy is doing the whole time she is having their son is drawing his flag idea designs for the Federal Federation of
Right.
America.
She is pushing and breathing
Yeah.
and pushing
Yep. She's pushing out
and breathing.
and shitting out their kid, and he's just coloring on his notebook
Yes, her mother is holding her hand.
a pretend flag for his pretend
and
militia.
He is
I would
drawing.
Stand up. I don't know. I think I would just beat the shit. I'm speechless.
Yeah.
I'm speechless at this
Yeah.
idiot. This is a moron.
And again, she feels so trapped. She's like,
yeah, well, you're trapped. You are.
"Okay, I'm
Because you're so
having your
young. You don't have
baby."
enough experience
Yeah.
how to deal with a relationship like this anyway.
No.
And then
And
you
she
feel like
didn't
you have
a
no
job
money.
because she was living
Yeah.
off of his payment from the
Oh.
military. Yeah.
Yeah. And Jessica said to her mom, I have a baby now, so I'm like she said that.
Yeah.
I have to make this work because now we have kids.
Right.
And her mom is just like, oh my God. Oh my God. But Jessica and baby Alex are spending at least more time at Mindy's with the mother and less time at Jeremy.
Right.
So I'm sure she's probably thinking I can try to weasel her
Yes.
away from him in more time.
Yes.
Jeremy is spending more and more time with the middle schooler Sarah that he's porking.
Yes.
Now, I guess it did say that they are staying in a rental-free apartment that was owned by her aunt, except Jeremy was pissing away all of his private money buying Sarah tons of gifts.
Yes.
He was spending zero on the electric bill,
No.
any of his bills
Her
or his wife
mom-
or his son's needs.
Right. So,
she-
Jessica's mom would pay some bills. Jeremy was buying guns for the Federal Federation.
Yeah. And probably little uniforms.
Yeah. And flags.
Yeah.
Making flags probably for him.
Yeah. I bet.
Yeah.
June 2003. Jeremy goes to an insurance agency and he gets $100,000 policy on Jessica without her there. Can you still do that?
Remember every single episode we've done since the
Yes.
beginning of time. People could just walk up to JCPenney's
And Montgomery Ward.
and Montgomery Ward and take out insurance.
I just feel like the person you're taking the insurance out on
should know.
should be aware and be there and have you witness actually
100%.
them and not the girlfriend filling in that looks nothing like the wife. The actual wife should be there. But I guess
Yep. You should have
You-
to
I guess you
show
don't have to do that.
ID.
you can take out $800 million on your wife and have no money and have no
Yeah.
wife. And you can still do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the baby Alex is like 2 weeks old when he does this. And so he's already planning to kill Jessica. And he spends the rest of his piss poor amount of his paycheck, that's already probably 17 cents. And he buys 2 plane tickets for Sarah. Does he need her mom's
All I
approval?
was thinking was like, don't you need to know how old she is? Because they
Yes.
made it seem like he didn't know she was 15.
But he needs to put her information in there.
But
It's
then
2003.
he did. So, like, he's a pedophile.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're buying plane tickets in 2003, you do need a lot of information then
Right.
because it's after 2001.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have to know her age.
Yeah.
Or her mom would have to buy it. So he buys plane tickets for a romantic trip for him and his middle school
Very
girlfriend.
romantic.
So the weird pervert host of the show actually makes a good point and says, obviously Jeremy was planning to go AWOL because you can't really just be in the army.
He was
and
just going to leave
take
the military.
vacation.
Yeah.
Whenever you want. Jeremy was acting so fucking odd and weird that his own mother calls Jessica's mom, Mindy,
Yeah.
and says, he's creeping me the fuck out. He's talking about
Something's wrong with him.
some kind of douchey Federal Federation of America, and he's acting like a fucking weird douche, and he has a bunch of guns all over the place and guns in his car.
Yeah.
And Mindy, Jessica's mother, is so freaked out, as I would be if this was...
Well, plus his own mom just called. So she's
Yes.
like, I'm going to go to his commanding
Yes.
officer.
and say, what do you do when he's a fucking
Yeah.
psycho?
Like, he's not living on base and he has all these guns and he has a fucking brand new baby and he's a idiot.
Yes. And so the lieutenant's like, ma'am, I'm going to take care of it. And the next day, Jeremy goes to Mindy's house and is like, oh my God, I got in trouble. Someone ratted me out that I got a shit ton of guns in my car.
And I got a federal federation.
Yeah, and I got militia. And Mindy, who gives zero fucks, isn't scared of Jeremy.
No,
knows
the
that
mom
he's
of
yeah,
Jessica, yeah.
knows that he is a cheap ass, shit ass piss mouth.
Yeah.
Says, bitch, it was me. It was me who called.
Yeah, she
I
did
called
not
you your
care.
lieutenant, you dumb fat cunt, and I told him that you're a bitch.
Yeah.
And Jeremy went, what? Come on. And then he leaves. And she says, stay out, fucker. Get out of my house,
Right.
fucker.
Right.
Um,
But this is where it gets
then shit
absolutely
goes bad.
insane.
Now it's just, yeah, it goes to be so weird that I'm still confused.
Me too.
So Jeremy decides that
Do you need more wine?
I have some here now.
You're not
Yes.
drinking
Well,
very much.
Yeah. Well, he has a militia meeting where he has Sarah over and Sarah's friends over, and Sarah
Now,
is dancing or
15-year-olds,
something.
yeah.
They brought their
15-year-olds aren't into
Barbies
the militia.
or their Bratz dolls or something.
Yeah. They don't give a shit
But
about a
Jeremy
militia.
asked Sarah's friend, "You kill my wife for $10,000?" And the friend just is like, and gets up and walks away because she thought, is he kidding? Or if he's serious, I'm kind of freaked
Right.
out. This is weird. And yeah, I thought we were at a party, not at a militia meeting. This
right.
is fucked.
I thought I was 15.
So that didn't
And
work
someone
out.
was going to play Return of the Mac.
So then
Return
calls
of the Mac.
an emergency Federal Federation of America
Oh,
meeting. And Jessica is there because she's an honorary
Yep.
member.
Yep.
And he tells the three members plus Jessica, my family is in great danger.
Uh-oh.
And the members go, oh no. And he says, some very dangerous people are targeting us and they want us dead. Especially you, Jessica. And Jessica's sitting there with the baby in her
Right.
arms like, what? What?
The baby
what?
is literally 4 weeks old.
Yeah. Like what's
1 month old.
So Jeremy's acting like they're the Sons of Anarchy and they have
Yes.
like rival motorcycle club
Yeah.
gang going after them. But then he starts saying how the Federation is going after them. But
So his own
Jeremy's
people
the Federation,
are turning against
and
him.
he's having a Federation meeting
Yeah.
telling the Federation people that the Federation is mad at them and the Federation put a hit out on him and
Yes.
Jessica to the Federation.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So he's saying the Federation, his own Federation, is against him as
Yes.
he's having a meeting with all the Federation
Yes.
members.
Yeah.
Does he realize that doesn't make sense?
No.
How can your own club that you're meeting with and telling your own club with
And you
at
made
that
your
time,
own flag for.
your own club that you're just now telling that is put a hit on you is the ones that put a hit on you, and I'm just telling you now that you just put a hit on me. You
Right.
now put a hit on me, and I'm telling you now that you did. Like, none of it makes sense. So everyone in the club is like, I don't get what happened. Why are we put a hit on you, our president? None of us did it. So what's going on? What do you mean? So Jeremy says,
Well, then
So-
he tells them.
so in order to fool you guys, the club, that we're dead, we're going to, Jessica, I'm going to give you some poison and you're actually really going to die, okay? But I have a solution, like an actual like drink that'll bring you back to life.
This doesn't make sense in my
None of this
head.
makes sense. And Jessica goes, okay.
Yeah. What?
So the people that are in your living room are the ones that put a hit out on you. And I don't know why. And you're telling them now your plan is to fake the death so the
Right.
people sitting in your living room aren't going to kill you, will be fooled. You're giving away the game to the people that are against you. Like, use another club. Don't say your own club put a hit on you. You say the militia in the next street over, the Elm Street militia, put a hit on us, not your own militia.
But
Like, that doesn't make sense. Second, you don't say,
No
I'm going to
one
give
can
you
come
poison
back
and you're going to
alive.
die a little bit and then I'll give you a potion and you'll come back. That makes no sense.
Why?
And when your husband says, I'm going to give you a poison and you're going to die, but I'm going to give you a potion. But don't worry, I've done it before. I would say, when have you done this before? You've killed someone and given them a potion and brought them back? You've done this
then
before?
why
Why
have-
haven't you told me that story? That's interesting. Are you freaking a magician or some sort of wizard?
Also, why is anyone in the world dead then?
Yeah.
If there's this.
What's this potion you've created?
amazing
You don't
potion.
work for some sort of pharmacy? You work, what? You're a
to bring
genius?
everyone back to life? And you're not just a private
the problems
in the army?
during this meeting, I would have raised my hand so many times and said, I have another question. Excuse me, stop the meeting. I have another.
I
have another question. I need to clarify just a tiny bit more because everything you're saying makes absolutely zero sense. And I just want to hear it again.
Can I ask again?
Yeah.
How do people come back to life?
Yeah. I have so many problems with everything you've said from minute one I walked in the door.
So my heart has stopped. The blood has stopped pumping.
Yeah.
The cells have
and then how am I going to be
died.
drinking the potion?
Right.
Is it a syringe? Am I going to be drinking it? Are you going to be putting a shoehorn in my mouth and pouring it down? And then how long am I dead? How are the people going to know I'm dead? Is a reporter like from the
Where
Daily
do I
Planet
go? I'm
going
at
to
the
come
morgue.
and take a picture?
Is someone going to give me the medicine in the morgue?
Yes.
I don't get it.
And then the people that have to know that I'm dead are in the Federation, but they're all here in the meeting hearing that it's going to be pretend.
And there's only 4 of us.
I don't know. So Jessica says, sure, okay, let's do it.
I don't get
So then the plan kind of changes because they go to a bar. Jeremy is there with Christopher, his best friend, and Jessica. Jessica's plan is Jeremy and Christopher are going to leave. Jessica's going to stay. She's going to seduce some total stranger.
Now remember, Jessica is 4 weeks postpartum.
Yes, she just literally had a baby.
Yeah.
She's going to seduce some strange man. The strange man's she's going to try to get the strange man to take her in his car and fuck her of some sort. But she's taking the potion before she gets into that. She's going to take the poison before she gets in the strange man's car.
Yes.
She's going to make out with him. Then
hope she dies while she's with him.
And then he'll get
So he gets
blamed for death, her death.
Yeah.
And then she's really going to be dead because Jeremy doesn't, there's no potion to bring her back, but she thinks there's a potion to bring her back.
Yeah, she's going to be dead. They're going to get the money, and then he's going to bring her back to life.
Yeah, that's what Jessica thinks. But what really happens is, so Jessica thinks Jeremy's going to bring her back to life. Now, obviously, that's not the plan. What happens at the bar is Christopher, Jeremy leave. Jessica finds some random douchebag. His name was like
something.
Robert something.
Yeah.
Jessica goes with Robert. Robert takes Jessica in his car. They go to Robert's work. They go behind Robert's work, make out a bit. Jessica says, "Can I use your phone?" Jessica gets out of the car.
Is ham bone.
Yep, and she has taken the poison.
And she's taken the poison, so she's
and it's starting to kick in. So she calls 911, tells 911 she's in this car with some stranger from the bar and he's raped her to please come to this car. Meanwhile, the poison kicks in and she's getting more groggy and falling kind of around as she's calling. Well, Robert in the car is like, holy shit, what's happening?
God,
he
she's
bumps,
hammered.
he gets out of the car.
And he feels bad.
And starts helping her around.
Right.
Like, to kind of get back in the car, helping her stand. And the police come at this time. And Robert is like, what? What's happening? I don't know. The police come and Jessica says, my name is Jessica. This isn't my husband. I live in this place. And the police are like, what's going on? And Robert's like, I just was making out with her and thought we were going to fuck. I don't know what's going on. I didn't rape her. Like, we just got here. Right. So the police are like, okay, we'll just take her home. Like, they don't even question, like, if she's been raped or whatever. They take her home.
Why is she so hammered?
Yeah.
They don't even know.
The poison doesn't kick in all the way, but Jessica's still kind of conscious. They take her home, ring the doorbell. Jeremy and Christopher are there thinking that she's dead and that this Robert's going to be busted. When the police come, Jessica will be dead and Robert will be busted for murder.
And
the police say your wife's dead.
Your wife's dead.
No, the police show up with Jessica there alive, shove her into the house.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. She's your problem. Close the door. And Jeremy's pissed that she's alive and the poison didn't even work.
Yep.
It like went out of her system and she was fine.
Yeah.
So Jeremy was pissed. So he has to come up with a new plan to kill her because this one didn't work and it made no sense.
Foiled again.
So then this next one is so fucked. So I don't even get
watch
it was because I don't even understand any of
dumb
this.
Is everyone here? And
even before this first plan, Jessica said, will this work? I'm really scared.
Right.
And Christopher said, if Jeremy said it's gonna work, it's gonna work. I mean, come on.
Like, this is the man that she knows is sleeping with a 15-year-old. Like, she knows all these things, and she has a 5-week-old baby at this point. And it makes me sad.
So on July 16th, they do plan number 2. Jeremy and Jessica and Christopher in 2 cars, because baby Alex is also in a car, go in
the car with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go to a bridge. Jessica gets into the first car, but before she does, she rips her blouse to look like she's been attacked, dumps her purse all over the hood to look like she's been robbed, and Jessica gets in the driver's seat. Jeremy gets in the back seat, and Christopher gets in the passenger seat. Baby Alex is in the car behind all of this, waiting by himself. The plan is for it to be a robbery gone bad, and I don't even understand what Jessica thought the outcome would be.
Except that she was
I don't even understand what understand what she was told.
To life?
Yes, I don't even understand.
She still thought she was going
to be brought back to life, but I don't think how
and be brought back to life.
It would be days. I don't think she understand that she can't come back after being days dead. Like,
or just dead in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dead in general.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Jessica knows she's going to have to be strangled and die. I don't know if she thought she would just be passed out, but she agrees to be strangled with zip ties.
I don't get it.
So Christopher puts zip ties on her neck, but they break immediately as they start to strangle her. Jessica
Because they're
is
like
all
the cheapest zip
for
ties
this. Jessica is
or
all for
something?
being strangled.
Yeah, she is fine with it, and she keeps letting them try.
Strangle her over and over. She's just sitting there getting strangled. And so the zip ties break.
The baby's in the back seat.
Jeremy says, go get the bungee cord. So Christopher gets a bungee cord from the trunk, comes back, puts the bungee cord around Jessica's neck. Jeremy says, strangle her. And Christopher tries. Jessica's getting strangled and just sitting there.
While they do it.
Christopher then says, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't fucking do this.
Right.
And so Jeremy does it and kills her. Jessica just allowed it, I guess. I'm not understanding how she thought she would come out at the end on this plan.
Because
I can understand if she thought there was actually a potion to bring her back. How would she think this would work?
I think she thought.
There was a potion still?
Yes. I think she still
Oh my God.
thought she was going to be brought back.
So she's dead in the car. Jeremy and Christopher get in the
baby's
car
in the back
with
seat.
Alex and go back home and do nothing. The next day, Jeremy calls Mindy, Jessica's mom, and says, Jessica, you seen Jessica? Is she there? And Mindy's like, well, why the fuck would she be here with me? What are you talking about?
Right.
And
she's with you and the baby.
yeah. Jeremy says, well, she went to the store at midnight. She never came back home. And Mindy's like, what?
No mom ever does that.
It's dumb. That doesn't make any sense.
We're too fucking tired.
Yes. No mom would ever do that. Ever.
Mm-mm.
Ever. Unless, I mean, it was an absolute, like...
Unless you were out of
had to get,
formula.
Or you had to get medicine.
Diapers.
Like, you literally had to get a prescription.
Your
That's
baby
the only
has the
reason. You had to get
or something.
your bubblegum antibiotics.
Yeah.
That's it. So she goes to Jeremy and Jessica's and calls the police. And the police are staring at Jeremy because he's like no help. They file a missing persons report. Jeremy and Christopher want no part in passing out any kind of flyers or posters or looking for her.
Right there, just like, oh.
The store, has no...
I'm sketching on my flag
I'm
picture.
working on my flag.
Federation.
There's no video of Jessica at the store. No video of Jessica at the bars that night. But when they're at the bar, Jeremy is flirting with the waitresses and whatever. And Mindy
In
is
front
just
of
like,
the mom.
Yeah, and Mindy's like, this is absolutely fucked.
Yeah.
You are an
front of
absolute
Jessica's
fucking
mom.
loser.
Yeah.
3 days later, Jessica's body is found in the car under the bridge. And the police can see immediately it's like a staged scene because her purse is just dumped out. And they're like, nothing that would be stolen is stolen. Her wallet's there. Her, everything is
They
there.
just messed it up, but they
Yes.
didn't take anything.
I mean, they made it, it's totally fake scene. So the police immediately go to get the husband, of course. Jeremy and Christopher are brought in for an interview. Jeremy lies through his teeth and says really nothing. Christopher cracks almost immediately because he's freaked out. And they get it
because he couldn't even do the job.
He understands that this is
he was
fucked.
like, I can't do this. This is weird.
Yeah.
And why would someone sit here and let me try to strangle her? And why are you in the car with your baby?
I know.
Watching me do this to your wife.
Yeah, he confesses right away. And so they both get arrested and have a trial together in 2004. So the year later. Christopher gets manslaughter. He gets 8 years, which means he probably served 4 or 3
years.
Jeremy gets first-degree murder, 40 years. Mindy is upset because she wanted him executed. She's like, I don't even want him to breathe.
Like life? How about life?
Yeah. I mean, he's disgusting.
He's going to be 60 something when he gets out.
Yeah, because he's so young. And I'm sure he'll serve half that. I'm sure he's out already, I bet.
Gross.
The detective, though, said, Jeremy is not a big man. So I'm sure in prison he's real well liked. And there's a scene where this big ass prisoner walks into Jeremy's cell. And so, they're just saying Jeremy's getting ass raped daily in prison. And they
Yes.
acted out. I mean, they act out the guy going in there to ass rape him in the show. And I'm like, okay, I like that they added that in. They added in that he's getting raped daily.
It's bad.
And they
It's
acted
bad.
it out. With the other prisoner going into a cell ready to just rape the shit out of him. He's not a big man. I guess so they can...
No.
They
and
like
he's
the men
worst.
small in
He's
prison.
the worst. Good God.
I don't. I'm so confused
This happened.
that any of this happened.
It really happened.
What a holy shit!
I know.
This is like a story you can tell at a party. Like, get this murder story. This guy.
I know.
Da 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 da. No one would believe it.
But no one would believe the part where you could take a potion.
No, because this isn't Harry Potter. And I think you could do that on Harry Potter, and it's still probably iffy.
I don't get
Like,
it.
Did they say, then I'll take your body and bury you in the pet cemetery up yonder, and you'll come back? I mean, my God. You don't come back from being dead. And anytime you do, if you've seen any shows or read any books, it's a mistake. You're a zombie person.
But like, why would you think anyone in the world had ever died and actually stayed dead then? If there was really a potion that could bring people.
Well, you know what? He was hiding the formula to himself.
In the Federal Federation.
Only the Federal Federation had it.
Wow.
They were going to market it later on, but not yet. Because the Federation had a hit out on the Federation.
Do you think it was like something I don't understand? I feel like there are pieces of the story missing.
There has to be something missing because this I can't understand. I can't put it together.
I've
that
had
this
too
is
many
possible.
Prosecco's to figure it out.
I can't understand if Jamie said, "I'm going to kill you, but I have a potion and I've done it before. It's going to bring you back." So that the hitmen that have the Federation has a hit out on us, and I mean we're the Federation. They're all here, but they have a hit out on us. We're going to fool them, and then I'll bring you back. I'm going to kill you.
No,
I would say, you know what? No, I'm going to go to the other room,
and then run out the window
and say you're nuts.
I'll live somewhere else now. Goodbye.
Oh no, a bug.
A moth.
Oh.
That moth is the brain of everyone going, I'm going to fly away now because I don't understand this.
Yeah, if your husband says he's going to kill you and he owns a potion to bring you back, I'm going to say bullshit.
You should say, this is not Romeo and Juliet.
No, it's not Romeo and Juliet. And she wasn't even dead. She just had a slower heartbeat. And Romeo was too stupid to figure that out. He was too fast to kill himself over it. He should have taken a day to think about it. And they were only 13 or 14, too. They were dumb as shit.
Right.
Middle schoolers.
These people were 20.
Yeah. I'm stunned.
I don't know. But that's our story.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, we have a book club. This month we're reading a book called
By John Mars.
I Killed You First.
Well, it goes with our story.
It does. I killed you first.
And I didn't bring you back with my potion.
And my potion didn't work. So it's by John Mars, and we're going to talk about it on the 29th, I think.
I think that's right.
Of the 29th of July. It's a Tuesday night, and we always meet at 7:30 Central. I put a link on our Facebook page, so if you want to read it and join us. We had some great new faces last month. So, and I'm reading it right now.
I haven't started yet.
I'm intrigued.
I've read some other ones. I'm in some other one.
Yeah.
So
all right.
I'll get it.
So
all right.
a little over halfway done with it.
Good.
All right. Thanks for listening. As always, you can like and subscribe. You can share with your friends. You can join our Patreon. It's always the husband. Look for us everywhere. And we really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.